We are mothers, daughters, sisters, friends, neighbors, innovators, glass ceiling breakers, dreamers, builders, and change makers. We are strong women coming together to break boundaries, build homes, and make dreams come true. And while we come from different backgrounds, there's one thing we all have in common: resilience.
Hi everyone, welcome to Virtual Women Build. I'm Liz Ramirez and I serve on the board here at San Gabriel Valley Habitat for Humanity. Women Build is a movement that empowers women and their allies to envision a better future where everyone has a safe place to call home. Every year, the Women Build movement brings women and their allies together to raise funds, recruit their friends, and build homes with women in need of affordable housing. Today is our first ever virtual Women Build event. Originally, this event was scheduled for May 1st and 2nd. However, due to the current circumstances, the safest option is for us to unite from a distance. But that's not going to stop us from having a good time. We have some exciting things planned for you today. So get your favorite drink, your snack, and let's enjoy the show. This year's theme is resilience. Resilience is defined as the capacity to recover quickly from difficulties. As women, we are often faced with adversities such as pay inequity, the lack of representation in leadership roles, and the lack of access to affordable housing. Women Build highlights women's stories of resiliency, uniting and empowering us to help solve the housing crisis here in the San Gabriel Valley. Those of you who joined us at previous Women Build events know that this annual event makes such a difference to our projects year-round. I'm honored and humbled to share my own personal story of resilience with you today because it reminds me of what Women Build is all about. Early in my career, I had an experience that still resonates with me. Working with an all-female team right out of college, I was thrilled at the idea of what I could learn in my new role and from my new team. However, I quickly learned that my team's willingness to collaborate and work towards a common goal was just not there. Rather than empower each other to succeed and develop professionally, there was quite a bit of unhealthy competition, unprofessionalism, which ultimately created an unproductive work environment. Needless to say, I did move on from the challenging experience, but with the notion that with whatever role I was to take on in my future, whether it be professionally or personally, I would make it a priority to contribute to the collective team, be encouraging and supportive to those who encounter challenges, and help to mentor those who continue to wish to grow. Just as I have learned that I am stronger when I help and mentor other people, Women Build shows us that when all of us unite, we challenge each other to succeed. When we give, we improve our world. And when we build, we empower our community. Before we continue with our program, I'd like to share a few updates about how COVID-19 has affected our organization. Every single San Gabriel Valley Habitat homeowner is still safe and sound. Despite external challenges, they continue to thrive and make their mortgage payments on time. The resilience displayed by our homeowners during these challenging times is truly inspirational, and later you'll get to hear from one of our homeowner families. We had to temporarily shut down our restores during the pandemic, but both restores in Duarte and Atwater Village are now open for business. Although we had to limit our volunteers on our build sites, construction did continue. Despite COVID-19, we completed 2 projects, one in Monterey Park and a second in Baldwin Park. We launched our 3rd project in June, also in Baldwin Park, and just kicked off our very first accessory dwelling unit project in Pasadena just last Saturday. Despite these challenges we have all faced during the pandemic, we are committed to serving more families than ever before. So stay tuned as we'll make a big announcement about this later this month. If you would like to donate to the Women Build movement, it's not too late. Donate right now by scanning the QR code below. I want to take some time to thank two of our corporate sponsors, Bank of America and Travelers, for helping to make this event and our mission possible. You are helping to transform lives right here in the San Gabriel Valley. And now let's hear from our representatives at Bank of America and Travelers.
Hi, I'm Millie Yamaki, Community Relations Manager for Bank of America. What that means is that I help my company invest in nonprofits like the San Gabriel Valley Habitat for Humanity so that they can make our communities better. I'm lucky to call the San Gabriel Valley my home. What makes San Gabriel Valley Habitat's work most relevant to me is that they provide homes to families in my own community. It's all the more meaningful knowing that your neighbors' lives are being transformed. Not only that, I can identify with those families on a personal level. I was once housing insecure. My parents made a modest income, but gave me a safe home most of my life. Along the way, they made some financial mistakes, and when I was 17, we were in a position of losing our home. I was one class away from graduating high school when my father dropped the news. All these thoughts rolled through my head. Would I quit school and find a job? Would we find a small apartment, or would my family split up to live with the extended family? Would I still go to college? Thankfully, my father found help through his temple, which saved us from being displaced, and I could return to my normal life. But I'll never forget that feeling of helplessness and urgency, or the look in my father's eyes of stress and defeat. It affected me to my core, and I've never taken housing or financial literacy for granted. In fact, it's impacted the career and education choices I've made, and that's why I'm doing the work today. I'm privileged to be part of Bank of America's work of creating economic pathways for communities in need. Bank of America supports San Gabriel Valley Habitat because their work in affordable housing is a critical step toward economic mobility and financial stability for hardworking people. They not only build homes, they rebuild lives and communities. Many of us live and work in these communities, so the success of our communities is key to the success of our company. Now more than ever is an important time to support Women Build, as we recognize the disparity of women being affected by the housing crisis, which is only amplified in this pandemic. This work is for the single mothers, female head of households, women caregivers, domestic violence survivors, human trafficking survivors, aging women, undocumented women, women working 2 to 3 jobs to make ends meet, young women aging out of foster care, and women who experience homelessness. This event unites all women in spite of their circumstances or the systemic barriers they face, and I'm proud to celebrate the significance of what we as women contribute to our community. On behalf of Bank of America, we are honored to be part of such meaningful work and raise our virtual hammers in celebrating women who build this community. Many thanks to the San Gabriel Valley Habitat for providing over 200 families with homes over the past 30 years. Congratulations.
Hello, Women's Build. My name is Haley Leonard, Account Executive at Travelers Insurance. Travelers is very excited to be a part of the 2020 Women's Build. At Travelers, we believe that strong communities are sustained by economic and educational opportunities, and we are dedicated to assisting our communities in generating those opportunities. In 2019, Travelers employees volunteered at Habitat for Humanity across 27 states in the U.S., as well as 6 provinces in Canada, to build 54 homes. More than 1,100 volunteers were a part of this initiative. This included the 2019 Women's Build for San Gabriel Valley Habitat for Humanity. While 2020 has been an unprecedented year, Travelers has continued its tradition of giving. Despite the hardships and the struggles, our employees have continued to show incredible generosity and passion for taking care of each other and our communities. We are very excited to be a part of the 2020 Women's Build. Thank you to all the other donors, and thank you to San Gabriel Valley Habitat for Humanity for the many ways in which you support our community.
Hello and welcome. You are in for a special treat. Today we'll be showing you an inside look of our current projects, something that can only be done virtually. Before we begin, we want to say thank you again to Bank of America, Travelers, and our women builders for making the construction of these homes possible. Now sit back, relax, and enjoy the tour. The first stop on our tour is a house in Monterey Park, which was completed earlier this year in April. This delightful 4-bedroom, 2-bathroom home is the very first house in our acquisition rehab program. We launched this program in December 2019 to create affordable homeownership opportunities in as little as 3 to 6 months. This program buys vacant homes in need of repair, rehabs them with our staff and volunteers, and resells them as an affordable homeownership opportunity to qualified families in our homeownership program. Originally built in 1947, this home's once odd layout required reconstruction to be more convenient and easily accessible. Our volunteers and staff relocated the second bathroom, added a hallway, redid the kitchen, removed the multiple layers of concrete in the backyard, and built a beautiful pergola. More than just a newly remodeled house, this property will now be home to the hopes and dreams of a wonderful family. The new family will be able to gather around the table for dinner every evening and host gatherings in the backyard. Our next stop is in beautiful Baldwin Park, where we have 2 Habitat homes. Fun fact, both sites are right next door to each other. Like the Monterey Park house we just visited, both Baldwin Park houses are also single-family acquisition rehabs. Our first Baldwin Park home, located on Baldwin Park Boulevard, was completed in April. This stunning home has it all, from an open floor plan to a remodeled kitchen. It's sure to house a wonderful family. With the holidays coming up, the bay window in the front of the home will be the perfect spot to display a Christmas tree. You'll find pull-out shelves and loads of cabinets for organizational needs throughout the house. The generous outdoor space makes it easy for additional parking and even outdoor barbecues. This location is mere minutes from schools, restaurants, shopping, and recreational activities, making it a great place for a family with children. We are moving next door to talk about our second project in Baldwin Park. This is our first ever all-electric home, thanks to Southern California Edison. As you can see, this site is still in progress. This project started in June 2020, and we anticipate the completion this fall. Stay up to date on social media to see the finished home. Here at Habitat, we believe a home should be affordable to purchase, but also affordable to live in for our low-income families. In acquisition rehab homes, we try to retain and reuse as much as we can to be sustainable and energy efficient. In this home, our construction team revived the once dried out lemon tree to flourish with fruit. They used all the rocks found on site to beautify the yard. They also planted native and drought-tolerant plants to limit the amount of grass and promote sustainability. A cool roof feature was added to reflect the sun's energy back up and away from the house, which makes the home cooler and air conditioned more effective. This is maintenance-free and will endure for decades to come. With a Habitat neighbor next door, this sustainable and energy-efficient home will house a family in need. We can't wait to share the finished home with you later this year. Next stop on our tour is the Waverly ADU project in Pasadena. This site is special because it's our first ever accessory dwelling unit. An accessory dwelling unit, or ADU for short, is a small residential dwelling unit located on the same lot as a single-family home or attached to a single-family home. Since 2017, we've been working behind the scenes with many partners to explore, research, and advocate for ADUs. Together, with the help of the Pasadena Community Foundation, the City of Pasadena, and Union Station Homeless Services, this home will house our neighbors exiting homelessness. The Waverly ADU project will serve as a pilot for future efforts to create more ADUs for individuals and families in need of an affordable home. You may wonder, what makes these homes a smart choice for our organization? Or many others? Well, there are several. The first being that the small size typically ranges from 250 to 900 square feet, which means it uses fewer building supplies and materials. Secondly, new major infrastructure is not required, which shortens the construction timeline and cost. Third, ADUs are built on the same plot of land as single-family homes. This means that no new land is needed. Perfect in Southern California, where vacant land is limited and often expensive. The next stop on our tour is our Howard Navarro site. In partnership with the city of Pasadena, this piece of land will be used to house 2 families. Each family will have a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom home right on the corner of Howard and Navarro. The estimated completion date for this property is in the summer of 2021. This is the only current affordable homeownership project in Northwest Pasadena. Vice Mayor of Pasadena, Tyrone Hampton, is really excited about this project and very supportive of more affordable homeownership opportunities in his district. We are so excited to have yet another partnership with Pasadena and look forward to many more. We are at the last stop on our tour. Welcome to our Olive Avenue site in Altadena. Kickstarting our first partnership with the County of Los Angeles, the Olive Avenue site in Altadena is set to start in spring 2021. This 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom house will be the first Habitat home in Altadena. A big thanks to LA County Development Authority, Supervisor Catherine Barger's office, and the LA County Department of Regional Planning. Their help is critical in solving the housing crisis. We covered a lot of ground today, and that's the beauty of a virtual event. Even though you attended this event on your chair or couch, you are making resilience possible for the families who will be moving into these homes. We are so glad you joined us on this tour. If you want to be a part of all the great work that is being done in San Gabriel Valley, donate by scanning the QR code below, because we still have a long way to go before we've ended the housing crisis. Thanks to you and our partnerships with the city, county, and state, even more families will achieve strength, stability, and self-reliance through shelter. Your continued support means we can keep helping families and keep San Gabriel Valley strong.
Wow, look at the impact your dollars have made. Hi everyone, I'm Heidi, the only female construction team member here at San Gabriel Valley Habitat. I started off as a volunteer and now I am an everyday women builder. You may remember me as I've built alongside you at previous Women Build events. You make it possible to build more homes and serve more families. Although our sites are currently closed, you can still make a difference. Donate today by scanning the QR code below. With your help, more people can thrive. Until we build again, we'll see you later.
And now let's take a moment to thank our top fundraiser for this year's virtual Women Build. This extraordinary women builder has been able to successfully fundraise over $1,000. We're excited to announce Donna Baker as our top fundraiser. Thank you, Donna, for your passion and determination to end the housing crisis here in the San Gabriel Valley. I also want to take the time to read the names of the amazing women builders who tirelessly fundraise to meet or exceed the $250 minimum fundraising goal. It's because of these women that our Habitat homeowners have a safe place to call home. Hedia Shafi, Swaita Reddy, Astrid Flogel Shetty, Patricia Clausen, Sarah Rivers, Christina Flogel, Eliza West, Sherry Herbolt, Jeanette Marquez, Carolyn Brennan, Lisa Mohammed, Carrie Gann, Danielle Goodrich, Rebecca Woods, Joyce Leto, Joanne Sells, Elizabeth Anderson, and Velma Reyes.
Mi nombre es Idalia. Soy propietaria de una casa de Habitat. Soy esposa, madre de 5 niños. Antes de moverme a esta propiedad, fue incertidumbre porque uno nunca sabe cuánto tiempo va a estar en un lugar que no es propio. No sentía, sí, insegura, o sea, inestable, insegura. Ajá. Sí, todo ha cambiado para bien. Se han sentido más felices, más seguros. Y pues es lindo ver que ellos sienten mucha seguridad sabiendo que en el lugar donde ellos viven, pues ahí van a habitar por mucho tiempo. Ajá. En los momentos de mi vida donde he mostrado mucha fortaleza y he tenido que ser resistente, es cuando he llevado a mi hija al hospital, he llevado a mi hija muchas veces al hospital y no darme por vencida estando allí y no darme por vencida al saber que ella va a salir bien de ese lugar. Lo primero que le diría a todas esas mujeres que están pasando tiempos difíciles en su vida, que primeramente tengan confianza en Dios y que media vez tengan vida, hay esperanza para lograr lo que ellas quieran. A todos los que primeramente, que yo sé que estuvo Dios en esto, a Habitat que nos dio la oportunidad, a todos los donantes y a quienes vinieron y colaboraron en el trabajo de la casa, que estoy muy agradecida con ellos, que la verdad han podido poner un granito de arena en el bienestar de familias que lo necesitan.
Sí, las mejores cualidades que veo en ella es una mujer amorosa, una mujer que cuida por la familia, ¿verdad? Su atención tanto hacia a mi persona como a mis hijos, es de una madre que ama, ¿ok? También otra de las cualidades que veo yo es que es muy trabajadora, es muy esforzada, tanto para poder ofrecer, ¿verdad?, tanto a mi persona como a mis hijos lo que necesitamos, ¿ya? Y otra de las cosas es que la atención, vemos en ella una persona que atiende y verdad, y el respeto también, es muy respetuoso también. Y de la manera que he visto es por medio de la fe, una confianza muy estable, muy firme, y persistencia, o sea que aunque pasemos lo que pasemos, siempre está muy fuerte, muy firme, con mucha seguridad en sí misma de que todo va a estar bien y que vamos a poder pasar ese momento, ¿verdad? De cualquier situación, ¿verdad?, que se pueda venir. Y esa fe, veo mucho la fe y la confianza, ¿verdad?, de que todo va a estar bien, sí. Ah.
Hello, my name is Catherine. I am currently attending Cal State LA. My family and I recently moved in to our Habitat home last year. It's been a lot more fun, we've been able to get closer together, and we've also been able to worry a lot less about thinking if we have to move abruptly due to the rent going up. So there's a lot less stress since the time we moved in, and we've been able to, for this home that we've finally been able to live in, and it's been a great opportunity to finally call it a home and finally decorate it as our home without having to worry about taking memories down. You know, because when you're renting, you have to, you always have to keep in mind that it's not a permanent home. It's not somewhere you're going to be stable, and so that's the difference. Resilience to me is being able to overcome any obstacle that comes your way, regardless of the time or what you're going through. I mean, an example to me are my parents. They've been able to show resilience to me, even through the language barriers they face, even through the the instability. They've been able to make it somewhat stable for us throughout the years, and I'm really that's resilience to me, being able to strive in a new country, in a new place where you weren't born, and that to me is an example of resilience. And man, I'm speechless and truly grateful. I would continue to tell, like, there's no way that it's hard to express my gratitude towards them for being able to help us build this home for my family. And I just would like to thank them for the resources, for their time that they have spent building these homes, our family home. And I would like to thank them for making an impact in our lives. And I know they'll continue to do that for other families, not just my family, but others who are hoping to become homeowners. They're truly making a difference in our family's life.
My favorite part about the house would have to be, I would say, the backyard, because of the space. And my sister and I, we were talking about maybe starting and planting a few more flowers, some vegetables. We're trying to see if we could do a garden, maybe. My favorite part of the house is the garage, because I have my drum set in there, so yeah.
My favorite part of the house, it is the back. It's super cool because, not the side of the house, because I like it because there's a lot of green stuff. Like green things.
Thank you, Habitat.
Thank you to our Habitat family for sharing your story. Next, we want to present our Spirit of Women Build Award. Thank you to everyone who submitted a nomination. There are many great candidates, but there was one who stood out. Congratulations to Isabella De La Cruz. The Spirit of Women Build Award recognizes women who are committed to uniting communities, giving of their time and talent to fight for advancements in social justice, and building up other women. We are inspired by Isabella's dedication to serve, build, and empower women in need. As an advocate for women and the co-founder of the nonprofit organization LA Heroines, Isabella uses her platform to spread awareness about the issues of inequality and stands up for those who are often unseen or unheard. We are thrilled to present this award to Isabella, as her hard work embodies the spirit of Women Build.
Hi everyone, I'm Isabella De La Cruz, and I am so honored that San Gabriel Valley's Habitat for Humanity has chosen me to receive the 2020 Spirit of Women Build Award. Thank you so much, Alyssa, for nominating me and for recognizing my work as worthy of this incredible honor. This award to me represents my life's mantras: building my own strength and resilience, empowering women, finding people housing, and putting God's love into action. In my experience, growing up, particularly as a young immigrant, was a big personal challenge that made me feel very limited for years. To give you a little background, I was born in the Philippines and moved here to the United States with my mom and my sister when I was 11 years old for a chance of a better future. Throughout my years in school, I was your A student, team captain, student council leader, and even prom queen, okay? And I really had a passion for learning and the drive to pursue bigger goals and higher education. But because of my status as an immigrant at the time, I did not have the same access to the opportunities that were available to the rest of my peers. I couldn't apply to a four-year university where I probably could have gotten a scholarship from. I couldn't apply to get my license to drive. I couldn't travel or apply for a job without the fear of getting deported. So I felt like I was losing out on a lot of things I could be doing and achieving. I felt very stuck and held back while everyone else moved seamlessly forward into their own career paths. If there's anything that I want you to take away from my story, is the message of resilience, which I now realize had to do with my refusal to stay stuck. Instead of pouring my energy into things I had no control over, I decided to push forward by exploring new avenues, learning new skills, and finding different creative outlets to release my energy. This, as a result, exposed me to new environments and opened my eyes to an entire world of other possibilities. Once doors started to open up for me, I was ready to jump in, despite of how scary, risky, or untraditional it may be, because I knew what it was like to not even have the opportunity in the first place. So I couldn't afford and didn't want to lose any more of my chances moving forward. That chapter of my life definitely built my character as a young adult, which gave me the boldness and the strength that I have today to overcome any limitations and doubts. All of this, of course, was possible with the help and the support of the women around me: my mom, my sister, friends, colleagues, and mentors. Coming from a family of strong women, raised by a single, super loving, best mom ever, I have been blessed to witness examples of true courage, unselfishness, and resilience time and time again throughout my entire life. I have built strong bonds and long-lasting friendships with great women over the years and created my own little community of women builders from whom I saw proof of what we can accomplish if we all work together. This is why I'm so proud and grateful for the amazing work of Habitat for Humanity and to have the opportunity to support this organization in its efforts to build safe and affordable housing for those in need, especially women who, as we know, are disproportionately affected and are more at risk of living in unsafe and poor conditions. It really gives me great joy and inspiration for my next mantra: seeking to put God's love into action, as it is beautifully expressed in Habitat for Humanity's mission statement. This deeply resonates with me as I find myself in alignment with the same purpose and how I choose to live my life every day. fast forward to today, I am now a US citizen, building my business as a real estate agent with one of the biggest real estate companies in the world, Keller Williams. And I have also co-founded my own nonprofit organization, the LA Heroines. At Keller Williams, I am a member of the Social Equity Task Force, fighting for social justice, ensuring ethical service to our communities, and defending policies to promote equity, equality, diversity, and inclusion. We know that the power of homeownership is huge, and it is a gift to be able to give people access to the opportunity to build wealth in this country. So when I became a real estate agent, I chose to put God's love in my life into action by becoming a true advocate for first-time home buyers, ensuring that they feel empowered with guidance and education so that they can have the confidence to achieve their dreams of home ownership and their ability to build wealth for themselves and their families. As a real estate agent here in Los Angeles, I do see the undeniable struggle for low-income individuals and families to find affordable homes. And I am comforted to know that Habitat for Humanity exists so that we as a community can help build hope and opportunities for our women and for all others who are affected by this housing crisis. With LA Heroines here in Los Angeles, my co-founder Jessica and I were inspired by this mission to also put the overflow of God's love in our lives into action. This to us meant sharing this love with others by serving women in need, particularly those in unsheltered and disadvantaged communities. One of the ways we do this is by making sure that homeless shelters are supplied with essential feminine care products such as pads and tampons to help protect women from infections and to allow them a sense of dignity at the time they need it most. LA Heroines also empowers women to embody the heroines that they are, to be brave, unselfish, and heroic in their own unique ways. We want to inspire our communities, our families, and circles of friends to join us in giving and building one another. We as women are so strong and resilient. When one rises, there is an opportunity to lift another, and together we can lift communities and create meaningful change. With the world having transformed from the global pandemic and national civil unrest, I am very grateful for the opportunity to share my story in hopes to inspire those of you who may feel stuck or limited in whatever aspects of your life, whether it's personally, financially, or professionally, especially in today's environment where we are restricted access to the world we once knew. I am here to remind you that despite of our own personal challenges and limitations, there is always an opportunity to grow, an opportunity to learn and unlearn, and an opportunity to love and to give. I want to thank San Gabriel Valley's Habitat for Humanity once again for giving me this platform to share my voice. It is really an absolute honor to receive this award. Thank you, Women Builders, for being here today and for your dedication to empower one another. Let's all just continue to support each other and build together. Thank you all so much. I appreciate your time and for listening. Blessings, everyone, and I'll see you all next year.
Have you been to our restores? If you haven't, you're missing out. The Doherty Atwater and online restores help fund our mission through your donations and purchases each and every day. Better yet, when you donate your home goods, appliances, construction materials, and more to the restore, you're reducing the amount of potential waste going into landfills. 500,000 pounds a year at that. This year, we opened our flagship Doherty Restore and reopened our Atwater Restore after a short closure caused by COVID. Today, our friendly Restore team members are waiting for you to come by and check out great stuff at great prices for a great cause. See you soon!
We're committed to solving the housing crisis.
I'm committed to ending the housing crisis.
I am committed to ending the housing crisis.
I'm committed to end the housing crisis.
I'm committed to end the housing crisis.
I'm committed to ending the housing crisis.
I am committed to end the housing crisis.
I'm committed, and with your help, we can help address the housing crisis here in the San Gabriel Valley so all families can have a decent and affordable place to call home. Thank you everyone for joining us at our first ever virtual Women Build. It's because of women like you that we can build safe and decent homes for our families in the San Gabriel Valley. I also want to thank all of those who participated, our families, speakers, sponsors, fundraisers, donors, and our women builders who made this event possible. Just because we're coming to the end of this year's Women Build event doesn't mean our great work has to stop here. There are 3 simple ways you can commit to ending the housing crisis here in the San Gabriel Valley. 1, make a donation. It's not too late to donate to Women Build. You can still make a difference today. Just scan the QR code below and donate. 2, stay updated with us on social media. You can learn more about the housing crisis and the actions you can take to make a difference. 3, shop at our Dwardy Atwater Village and online restores. The proceeds we get from our restores help build and repair more homes. I look forward to seeing all of you at our next Women Build event. Until we build again, stay safe, stay healthy, and know that your actions today are transforming lives forever. Thank you.